So welcome everyone to it's 3/8/22. Welcome to our broadcast going over the Rouge IMO. My name is John Knight. I'm actually the president of FFLKNIGHTS. We're going to actually go over the opportunity with Family First Life. My cell phone number, you can definitely text me once you see the information you're interested. It's 717-414-8015. You can also reach me on Instagram at john.knight9047, .9047. That's actually in the chat. You can reach me on LinkedIn under John Knight. Look under Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And then please like our page on YouTube, which is also under John Knight. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. And of course, obviously on Facebook, just go under my name. So we'll go ahead and get started. And like I said, if you have any questions, you can definitely put it in the chat, and we'll look at those at the end. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. So we'll do our actual agency overview. Okay. Go over the information on the Rouge IMO. So purpose of our meeting is basically to let you know what we're looking for. We're actually looking for agents that want to work full-time, part-time, or build an agency. If you're over at another company and you're not satisfied with where you're at or looking for more comp, this is actually the place to be. It actually tripled my compensation just by coming over here. Okay. Part-time, roughly most people work a second job, about 60%, in which they knew about Family First Life or an opportunity like it. I know I wish I did. The opportunity is great. We have about 18,000 agents nationwide, and there are about 1.4 million that are actually working in the industry that we are looking to rescue. Texas has about 250. Florida has 165, over 665,000. Michigan over 38,000. Ohio over 53,000. Illinois over 62,000. And basically, we're just going to go over the future of the insurance industry with us, the Rouge IMO. So just a little bit of background on us. Family First Life was actually created in 2013 by agents for agents by a man named Sean Mike. Sean Mike's actually our president and CEO. He actually personally helped over 800 families that year and had an agency with over 30 agents helping over 700 families monthly, which is so huge. His mission is actually to change the entire insurance industry, and he wants people to have his goal was to have an army of men and women who have bigger bank accounts than any agents in the history of the industry. So a couple market disruptors that we'll talk about. Netflix, obviously, with the movie rental industry, Airbnb with the hotel and hospitality industry, even though they own no properties. Uber and Lyft with the taxi industry, even though they own no taxis. And then, of course, Amazon with the retail industry and basically all online with some retail outlets with Whole Foods. And then, of course, us, Family First Life, the Rouge IMO with the insurance industry. So Mark Cuban actually talks about the fact that when an entire industry does things one way, you want to do the exact opposite. And that's why we're known as the Rouge IMO, because we are actually an insurance disruptor. So a couple things that make us the Rouge IMO disruptor is our compensation. Like I talked about before, a lot of people are starting at a low compensation, 25 to 60%, and maxing out at between 100 and 110%, where when you come here, it's anywhere from 100 to 145%. Like I said, I tripled what I was doing in terms of compensation, just right away, just walking in the door. You're vested from day one. I know I had to work 10 years at my old company to be able to be fully vested. And if you leave, usually that IMO can keep that, or that company can keep, your renewals if you don't make it past that certain point. All training's free, and only top producers are training people that are writing anywhere from 20 to 40,000. So you don't have somebody that's training that hasn't been in the field for years, and that's a lot of times what happens with the older companies, the other companies. Usually pay for training, and the people haven't worked in the field for years. Love the fact that we have leads. We have 15 different vendors. And so you have a slew of different leads, options to be able to reach out and help people with their hands raised, asking for help, instead of you having to make, the 100 or 200 person list of your friends and family and bother them at all types of events. And nobody wants to talk to you at the, family gathering because, you're trying to sell them life insurance. Okay. And then they have to, you have to keep selling leads over and over again that, have already been sold multiple times. There's no fees. A lot of times with other companies, you get charged fees to actually start, and then actually money to actually use their CRM. You do have complete ownership. So, the biggest thing is if you're able to sell your book of business, not somebody else's book of business that you work, because a lot of people talk about, hey, we're in an entrepreneurial role, which you're basically only, looking at, you're only handling somebody else's book. But if you can't sell it, it's really not yours. So that's what usually other companies have, is where there's no ownership, or they say you have equity, but Sean Money said always get it in writing, which is great. Independent, so no contract. You're direct with the carriers. That's one of the reasons why we're able to pay such a high comp. And then you can tell that you're not independent because they won't let you work with any other companies. And a lot of times they hold your contract hostage for over 6 months if you decide to leave. So that's one of the reasons why you need to come to Family First Life, or at least look at the opportunity, because there's so many differences and what's going on. So these are, this is a couple of the leaders at convention. This other IMO's watching us hit $1 billion in 2022. So here's all the carriers that we deal with, all A-rated companies. So companies that you've heard of. So when you go out to meet with people, or you're going to help somebody, it's definitely somebody that, the companies are people that they've actually heard of. Okay. And that's so important with name recognition. That I've divided up into 4 parts of helping families. Final expense, usually with funeral and our senior market with funeral and burial expenses. Mortgage protection, which usually pays off the mortgage in the event of death or disability. A lot of times you actually get your money back in that case. So it's very attractive for people. You have the AMS team, which is huge right now with everything going on around the world, to be able to protect your retirement with some vehicles there that help you sleep well at night. And then Medicare supplement, where it basically helps out with what Medicare doesn't cover in terms of health costs. Okay. We have a couple different lead types. These are all available to the agents that are here. Internet leads, which you pay anywhere from $150 to $25, which are generated off the internet websites. Facebook final expense, which is anywhere from $15 to $25, which is just, somebody puts on a link for Facebook. And then mail drops, where you spend anywhere from $450 to $650 per thousand. And you actually keep whatever comes in. And then you have what's called a direct mail per lead, where you buy, we actually pay per lead when they actually come in. So a slew of different opportunities to be able to speak to people that are in need of our help. So we also have a couple of different Facebook groups that are all nationwide. Only have your top producers. You have a chance to talk to our top producers. You can connect with them. You can watch live dials either on Facebook or Zoom. You can submit, weekly numbers from your entire agency, and just has a positive environment conducive for success. So most times success breeds success. And when you see people, doing so well, and it just gives you obviously that confidence and keeps you out there to do well also. But tons of support, and pretty much everybody here will help you as long as you're here to work. So we have all different types of resources for you: training videos, training podcasts. Obviously, you have your lead vendors, phone scripts, carrier quotes and information, hiring templates, and then you have customer surveys, and also we even have a discount prescription card. So if you've seen all the information and you're like, hey, I'm definitely all in, send me the contract and paperwork and let's get started. If you're B, where you have some questions, which is fine, we can go over those questions and see and make sure it's a good fit for you. Or it's maybe see you later where it's not right for you right now, which is fine. You definitely can contact me going forward. So that's actually the end of our presentation there. Like I said, you can actually text me. You can actually text my information. Text me by 717-414-8015. Or you can reach out to me on Instagram at john.knight9.9047. Or you can reach me on LinkedIn under my name, John Knight, based on Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, or you can reach me on Facebook. So you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.